Hi, and welcome to Tombs Foundry Live, where we will be sat talking a whole bunch of crap about various nerdy subjects, while I'll be drawing some random encounters. Hello.
Are we live yet?
Yeah, we're live. You can come out of
Very
hiding.
much live.
Yeah. So, it's been a couple of weeks, and I just
Been a while
realized.
since we did an art stream.
Hmm. Crap. Okay. There we go.
There we
That's
go,
better.
nice.
These adjustable screens, man. Yeah. So, today for this art stream, um, we promised that we were going to try to do a trio of characters, which is exactly what we're going to try to do. This is going to be like a complete reskin of three encounters that are related in the Heroes of the Sealening game. And we used to call them the Temperate family because they all had names based of various hot and cold puns and whatever. But now we're gonna take these guys an entirely different route. And as the title of the stream would suggest, it's gonna be very much goat themed. So that might be interesting. I don't know, but we'll see. Um,
Might care to share with class the reason why we are going for goats.
well,
Funnier.
it is funny. I mean,
What?
who
Yeah,
who doesn't like goat? I mean, there are games in the world that are based off goats, like Goat Simulator.
I love Goat Simulator.
It's
It's so
amazing.
so fun.
It's great. I mean, you can totally base an entire game off goats. And goat does mean greatest of all time, so it's already there.
that is true.
Uh, so we'll do our share of goats. Um, of course, this illustrator right here doesn't necessarily know exactly what a goat looks like on top of its head. I mean, he could certainly try, but it's
You don't? I thought you knew everything.
no, no, no. I just like to pretend.
That's you.
All right.
See, this is what a goat would look like if I tried to do it without actually, um, and all in all, this is a pretty good
Give it a
goat.
cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Beelzebub.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's a goat smoking a cigar, I suppose. Like, give a little thing there, but it doesn't. Who even smokes their cigars with the whole band still there?
I don't know.
Either way, off to a search engine. Find a picture of a goat. Because reference, it's important. Uh, I just realized the goat is a brand. Okay.
It is.
Yeah,
Huh.
it is. Who knew?
They did.
They absolutely did. Now, however, we're not going to do that. We're going to do General Goat. Now, everyone, in the Western world at least, knows a certain fairy tale concerning a trio of goats. Three billy goats. Gruff, I believe it's the English name for it.
Yeah, they're a
Right?
gruff crowd.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is going to be the theme of the day, and of course we're gonna Norse punk it up. But we're going in a creature direction today, so we're not gonna be as much punk. We're gonna be a little bit more fantasy, which is good.
When you're saying Norse punk, but we're going more fantasy.
Yeah, I mean like
We're not
classic
talking.
fantasy. I mean,
Yeah. We're not talking Bloodborne Lovecraftian fantasy.
well, I don't know about that, man. I mean, I need to
Oh,
give
we're free
myself.
to do what we want.
I gotta give myself room so I can go somewhere, And I'm definitely starting with a regular everyday goat because that in itself is hilarious to me. And
Yeah.
have you ever fought a goat?
Yes.
Yeah, they can kick your ass.
Make sure you get a good grip.
Yeah, thankfully they come already mounted with handlebars, which is good. But yeah, no, they can mess you up.
Yeah, I've actually manhandled both sheep and goats in my
Yeah,
time,
that is.
and goats are very much harder.
Yeah, that's a consequence of living where we do. We do get exposure to such things.
Less now, though. When I was
Yeah,
a child, they were freaking everywhere.
yeah.
It has urbanized some.
Like where you come from, Tor. I mean, that place is pretty
Yes.
much known for having goats just lying on the road.
Sheep.
Sheep? I thought it was goats.
There was a
No,
lot
no,
of
no,
goats.
no.
No, not your
They're
place.
sheep. They're sheep.
They're sheep.
Yeah, goats were one of the neighbors, I think. At least when I grew up.
Well, it's mostly sheep farms, the village I'm from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore. There's still two, maybe three of them left.
Yeah, there are a lot less. I remember when I was a child, the when we went past where you come from on our way to our cabin, we there were often goats in the road. I didn't actually see that many sheep.
Now, see,
There
that's
were a
why.
lot of goats.
Yeah, that's why I said goats because that's what I associate with the place. But you actually have
They're
local
sheep.
knowledge, so
Mm.
It's the Mandela effect.
no, just because you're wrong doesn't mean that I'm not right. But it is actually the Mandela effect. It is because I could very well be misremembering this.
Well, I'm not because I have a picture of me as a
As
3-year-old
a
greeting a
goat.
goat. So, in those areas.
Specifically in my village.
Yep.
Which shall be unnamed by now.
Yep.
I have to think now. Who had goats there?
No, it was like always like when you drove past that area, especially before the main road got put through there. It was like
Yeah.
first thing you ever met was a bunch of goats just
Yeah.
on the
Always had to
road.
slow down
Yeah,
because they would not move.
Yeah.
yeah, and I've always felt that I knew the difference between a goat and a sheep, and but you can make me doubt.
No, I am wrong. Actually, I am
Thank
wrong.
fucking God.
Okay, because there are 3 points. There are
Yeah,
3 points
3 points. 3 points.
in the village where you would have goats or sheep in the middle of the road, not moving for any cars whatsoever. And
This
it
sounds
went.
familiar.
It goes goat, sheep, goat.
Goat, sheep, goat. Okay. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see where you're
And
getting at.
then the middle farm made a tunnel for the sheep. So they went under the road to where they would stay for the summer.
Yeah. This makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Mandela effect.
Yes,
Yeah.
only opposite way.
Yeah. It turns out you had the Mandela effect, but then again, you had a lot more information you had to sift through. So.
That, and it's 10 years since that village was basically turned into a dead end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you know it was 10 years? Why? Could it be because the local council has celebrated this?
Last Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Official birthday for a road. It, it
Actually,
make,
a hole in the. Actually, more a hole in the wall.
yeah, more like that. See, it turns out
Well,
Norwegians are more like the original dwarves, and we're really good at making holes in mountains
Yeah.
and underseas.
and under
Yeah.
seas. Yes.
We make so much holes in the mountain. We can a lot of water on top doesn't really stop us.
Yeah. So, in reality, it would make much more sense to send Norwegians out to an asteroid and blow it up.
Yep.
Well, they did work on an oil rig.
Yeah, it did.
Now, in not so long time, we will start turning those holes into habitats.
Probably. But
Well, why not?
It's the logical conclusion.
it is. But
We'll
I,
just turn ourselves into dwarves.
yeah, that will be an achievement considering the average height of the average Norwegian.
Yeah, this is
Who
also.
decides the height of a dwarf? Have you met
That is
Sergeant Carrot?
very true. That is very true.
Dwarves accept you if you're like if you're already involved in their culture. You're a dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a state of mind,
Yeah,
not a body.
definitely.
Like, we're going to be living underground, mining, probably living off fungi.
Yeah,
I mean, humanity has done a lot of things with fungi.
they have.
Yeah. And we can make alcohol out of it.
Yeah.
And considering what a certain despot in the east are doing, you might need to go live underground soon.
Oops. Yeah, it'll probably be fine, right?
Eh.
Yeah,
It is not close to Cuban Missile Crisis yet.
not yet.
I mean, they'll work their hardest and best to make sure we get there, but it's a little ways off, just yet.
Besides, you do know who earns money on you being afraid of nuclear war? The rich guys. Buy our games. Our games have a 100% clearance rate on stress about nuclear fallout.
That's a
Or
bold
something
claim.
like that. Yes? Are you going to tell me it's wrong?
The characters of
I'm
our
not.
game are not concerned about nuclear fallout.
That is 100% true.
Like, not even remotely. And they actually should be.
Yeah.
Nah, but in all seriousness, nobody wants to use the bomb.
Nope. It sets a horrible precedence.
Yeah. But the only ones who wants to is those who wants to do more or less take collective suicide with the entire world.
Yeah, but the rich people do not want that. And trust me, Putin and his family are rich.
Yeah,
You know, it is difficult to think of Putin as a man with a family.
it's difficult to believe him as rational at this point.
Well, hopefully there are other people that are rational.
Yeah. I really hope there are a lot of people around him that controls the nuclear arsenal that are rational.
It would be nice.
Well,
Yeltsin
there
had
were one.
control of the nukes, and he was drunk as a skunk 90% of the
Yeah, but he
time.
was still rational.
A rational
And
alcoholic.
you also had the
Yeah, it's totally possible.
soldier on duty in the what was it, 70s or something, that got the alarm and didn't push the button.
Oh, yeah.
So there are a lot of rational Russians. They just need to be in the right position.
You know, rational, don't want to commit genocide.
Yeah. But as the Nazis showed, even though most people don't want to, rational. If you, depending on how strongly you believe in something, you start to cease being rational.
Mm.
That's a worry for someone else, I think, right now.
Well, you know, if worst comes to worst, there's not much to worry about anymore.
No.
Well, okay, look at that.
This is starting to look really good.
Yeah, and we're only 20 minutes in, which
It's
is
too
good.
Yeah.
clean for a goat.
It's too clean. Yeah, well, this is as snowy white as it can get. Um,
In my experience, goats are actually pretty clean. They don't smell very good, but they are actually pretty clean.
in my
Compared
experience, I
compared to
completely
what
disagree.
sheep can be.
Yeah, in my experience, I completely disagree.
Yeah,
It's just they're the worst.
They get so full of shit.
Oh my god, they're like practically made of dookie. Let's see. These are supposed to be yeah. Okay, we're gonna use this palette for shading and whatnot. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna add some. I'm gonna do my little cheaty trick, as I always do.
Any other news that are more positive that we
Well,
should talk about?
well, we can always talk about the artistic talents of Terry Crews.
Yeah.
I just happened to come upon him drawing Heidi Klum, and I am officially now ashamed if ever I've called myself an artist.
He does portraits of cast members and stuff.
Yeah, he used to work as a police sketch artist or something like that, I believe. And I knew this before watching this, but you know, it's one of those things you just forget. And that guy can draw. He is just super good.
And it's really quick, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so precise. It's just super professional. God, love that guy. And I'm kind of
President.
ashamed. Hmm?
No, you first.
Yeah, I'm kind of ashamed that I've drawn him in a comic now, because it's like he could probably have drawn that a lot better.
It's fine. It was a loving, loving comic.
Very loving, yeah. It was a love letter of a comic, a love letter of a genre and an era.
80s action movies.
Yeah, where the dialogue was entirely made up of one-liners.
And unnecessary drama.
Well, yes, it was very, very unnecessary and very drama.
Super dramatic.
Yes, buff, angry men showing their soft sides.
One tear.
One tear.
Always that single tear
That
rolling
single
down.
tear. An otherwise rock solid face trailing off down their abs. It's a special era.
So toxic.
Yeah, actually, I think we showed more emotion in our comic than they did that entire decade.
I kinda wish we had gone a bit more in the Tango and Cash route.
Well, I mean, I know what you're saying. Yeah, that could have been cool. The thing is, we kind of ended up destroying the world in the comic that we did.
Yeah,
But we could do a prequel. Or a post-apocalyptic one.
post-apocalyptic one.
Mm. This is doable. I mean, I still kind of want to send it to the cast members.
Do it.
So I will probably do that, yeah. I mean, they probably won't even see it, but whatever.
At worst, we'll get sued.
Well, that's an hilarious lawsuit.
Please do not sue us. No, but yeah. Send it to Bruce Willis. Send it to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Should I send it to Stallone, though? Because I feel I did him a dirty. I mean...
At worst, he'll sue us. Please do not sue.
I mean, of all the characters, that's the one character I love. Just just ramping up all of the Stallone mannerisms to 11 and just letting it go. uh, but there were several we didn't put in there as well. I mean, we did get Chuck Norris, of course.
Yeah. We did not take Rutger Hauer.
No, no Hauer.
Not Jet Li.
Oh yeah, not Jet Li. That's true.
That's a mistake.
Yeah, we didn't put in. Well, Jet Li. I didn't really know Jet Li from the 80s.
He was more 90s and 2000s.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much why I didn't even think of having him in there. I mean, Jackie Chan could have been a thing.
Jackie Chan could definitely have been a thing. Jackie Chan should definitely have been a thing.
Yeah. Was someone else?
Let's see.
No Van Damme. No Van Damme.
No Van Damme. Rocky. Rocky, is it number 3 where he fights the Russian?
Oh yeah, Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph, yeah.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren, and also, Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Well, we did have Terry Crews in there. He was not really a 80s action hero.
This is true. This is true. But it should have been Mr. T.
Did we have Jason Statham there?
No, we did not. But I drew Bruce Willis in such a way that he could have been Jason Statham. I mean, the only way you really see that it's him is because he actually utters a very famous line. Yeah.
Is it boobies?
Yeah. What?
The very famous line from Die Hard.
Yeah, yippee-yo-ki-yay.
Not tits.
Not that one, no. But he might have said that too. I don't know. You were in charge of the writing.
No, I don't think we added that one.
Yeah. You got Terry Crews to say, "Here comes the pain train," though.
That we did.
Yeah.
In New Norwegian.
In New Norwegian, yeah. Which makes it more hilarious.
So much more poetic.
In a weird way.
Yeah, it has that ring to it.
That ring, yeah, indeed.
Yeah, it's like when you listen to who is it? A Jonas Lee poem.
Oh yeah. Jonas Lee.
The one guy of the 4 big ones who wrote New Norwegian.
Yeah, I know.
No, Olav Lee. Olav.
Ah, okay. No, Jonas Lee. That is one of the 4 big ones, right?
Yeah, Jonas Lee. Jonas Lee. Jonas Laurits Lee.
Ah.
Yeah, like, he is one of the more rural people of the 4 great literaries in Norway.
Yeah, I suppose. But even Bjørnstjerne Bjørnson was from Molde.
Yeah.
I feel that Western Norway is well represented.
Strange that.
Well, if we're not represented, we make sure people know about it.
Yeah.
They lived in Molde. He wasn't from Molde.
Oh.
He was born in Kvikne.
Yeah, that I don't know where it is.
Where's that?
Hedmark.
Okay.
Ooh. Yes. Björnstjerne Björnsson, the man with the furious sideburns.
Both him and Ibsen.
Yeah.
Kvikne, a secluded village in the Østerdalen district, some 60 miles south of Trondheim.
Huh.
Oh, okay, so that far north.
Yeah.
Almost.
But he studied in Molde.
Ah. And he's famous for
Few
having
years.
told his wife to jump, Caroline, jump.
Yes.
But he was. Oh. Yeah, he actually he grew up. He was born in Kvikne, but when he was 5 years old, he moved to just outside Molde in Nessa. So he did spend his childhood here.
But he spent his formative years there.
Explains a lot.
I suppose it does.
He was 17. He went to Christiania, and doesn't seem he. Yeah. Doesn't seem he looked back much.
Ah, yeah. People moving to the big city.
He became a Oslo-gutt.
Yep.
Like
Oslo
so many
boy.
before and after him. How he goes.
Yeah, our part of the country is a place that you usually move away from.
This is where you originate. This is where the
Yeah.
origin story happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you retire or, well, you get a family or something, you tend to go back.
We're like salmon that way.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
you
is
know,
ironic as there are so much salmon here.
I mean, there are many people who would claim that there's something fishy about us, so that might be
Yeah,
actually
that's
it.
true. That is true.
Do remember that goats have different eyes than regular mammals.
Yeah. We had a goat once. It had creepier eyes than this. It had human eyes,
Oh no.
and they were yellow.
Beelzebub.
Yeah, or Marvin, as we called him.
Marv.
Marvin, yeah. Marvin, the evil goat.
Marvin the Demon.
Yes.
Now there's a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, that could be hilarious. Probably on Adult Swim.
And if it doesn't get bought up by any companies, definitely on Newgrounds. Does Newgrounds still exist?
I was just thinking the same thing. I mean, it must exist, right? But it's like even though
Yeah.
Flash is no longer a thing, but yeah, they probably had different things to do, right?
I,
I mean, something like
I
Newgrounds
was
don't
only
just
there.
die.
I used to only go there for the Flash videos and the games
Yeah,
when
naturally.
I was in my early teens. Um,
Newgrounds.com
yeah,
Yeah.
still exists, but I'm not so sure it's the same thing anymore.
Well, you two guys can check that out.
Yeah.
on it.
I can't kind of leave my
It,
post, so.
it looks like it's the same thing. Like,
Have they
much
managed?
fancier. Much fancier.
Have they managed to do the conversion?
Let me see. They got movies here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got some kind of integrated player.
Like a Flash emulator?
Maybe. Like, it kind of looks like a video player that you find on different sites.
Yeah. Okay, so
How
maybe
about the
that's.
games?
Yeah, that's the proof right there. I mean, the movies and skits and whatever, those could just be converted to a different format, like an AVI or something. But
Yeah,
games. What about the games?
There were a lot of
games, man.
yeah, there were a lot of converters that actually converted um, Flash apps to HTML5.
Which is the only way to go.
Yeah, not all of them worked that well though.
You'd think that Newgrounds was like the place to go if you wanted to develop something like that, though.
I found a really loud bullet hell game. It worked. Um, I don't know what they're using though, since it isn't Flash.
Probably HTML5.
But that's today's good news.
Yeah,
Newgrounds still exist.
yeah, that is pretty good.
It's like a old relic from the way back when of the internet.
There was a lot of. Well, they broke a lot of new ground there, thus the name.
They did.
So, yeah, it would be really sad if that went away.
I'm not quite getting where the lights are coming from.
Yeah, that's they're called mysterious light sources.
Yes, you told me about those before.
Yeah,
Common in the illustrations that he makes.
yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. It's not common among all illustrators. It is common with me. I just throw down color, light, whatever, just in a way that is visually pleasing to me to sort of get a general shape out. And then
Yeah,
I just say, whatever, physics, be damned.
Someone standing with a flashlight to the left here. There's someone with a candle to the right here.
Yeah, there's someone with an anti-light there, and it's just it kind of works, um, for the most part.
we got a goat. How do we Norse punk it?
Well, just a regular goat, to me, that would be hilarious. It's like you meet all these things and then suddenly you draw a goat. It's a goat. It's just a goat. But
Man,
We do have a card that is a teapot. And
yes.
a
Have you seen Beauty and the Beast?
well, we do have
point.
we do have a card that's a teapot and everything. But it's like, Norse punk it. Uh, I am thinking that it is probably sufficient to just give it some actual coloration and maybe up the dramatic lighting a little bit, and it will mesh nicely. But the entire point of this simple goat is so that we can go somewhere from this point and make its larger brother, which is going to be Swole Goat.
Yeah.
Is like next goat after this one, since we're making the trio of goats, is going to be a goat on steroids.
Cyber Goat.
Maybe not. Nah. I don't feel like putting too much cyber everywhere.
All right.
Uh,
Psycho Goat.
yeah,
With
no.
psychic powers.
Where I want to go is like I want to start with a regular goat, then go up to a extremely beefy goat that looks like it could really hurt you, and then go from there up to demon goat.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a journey, and we'll see how far we get in this stream. Because here's the thing, it's been 45 minutes and the first goat is almost done.
Yeah.
The next ones might be a bit more detailed, and
well, it's also a fact that this is yep, there we go. This is supposed to be the easy one. And now, to give it some coloration. Let's see here.
yeah.
Yeah, what kind of goat do we want? Something with some markings, I think, would be nice. Not just plain up and down. Yeah, like a mottled. Oh no, yeah, one of those nice tan colored going over to black. Yeah, no. I think I have a model for this. Okay, cool.
I sent you some faces.
Yep.
You sure did.
Only the best ghost faces.
All good goats. They're all good goats.
Got one more.
Admit.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh, that's the best one so far. Okay, let's see here. Let's just start off with that. Potentially push it down a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Or a sepia colored.
Yeah, as a base, anyways.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna try to get in some.
They're going for the more red birds one. Yeah.
There's a thing that we need to address, do with our encounter cards. Since we have this dual system where one side of the card shows a high level encounter, the other one shows a low level encounter, we're gonna have to find a nice contrast color for these to go on. And the problem right now is, well, it's not a problem because we know about it. But what we are looking at is basically the backgrounds that separates the levels in the game are currently red and green. That wouldn't work for everyone.
That is true.
So I have been considering whether or not these should go towards bluish and yellowish tones instead, or a blue versus a golden hue or something like that.
Trying to imagine it. Blue and golden. So close to the Swedish flag?
No.
Tjena grabben.
No, not like that. I'm talking about more like a golden hue, so it's more towards the orange spectrum.
Yeah, orange brown.
Yeah, orange brown. But the green could be something else. It could be teal, for instance. Though it just needs to contrast well with the other side. That's the main criteria. While also sort of embodying the reason why there's a color change to begin with, which is like the summer versus winter side of the game.
Yeah. And white for the high level would be a bit boring, maybe.
Yeah, I don't like to go in those extreme black and white routes. It gets very dull.
Yeah.
But something like that could be done. I mean, we could push and keep it green on the low level side and do something like that, like a frosty blue or something like that for the high level. Though it's not it's not exactly how the system works though. I mean, you're not necessarily meeting those guys on the winter side, you know.
I forgot I had push to talk on.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Very
Hi,
good.
welcome back. Missed you, buddy.
Yes. What was it? Yeah. Black and yellow is a good combo though.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
True, but that gets very dark. The cards are already very dark.
True. True.
I mean, we have the purple.
Hot pink.
Hmm.
Hot
Let's...
pink.
The
Ooh,
most savage of colors.
that can be pretty savage. This is true.
And I'm not trying to be funny.
Nope. It's a brutal, brutal, brutal color.
When I'm looking at this goat, I am kind of reminded of like the first two Shrek movies.
The first two Shrek movies.
Yeah, I'm
It's
sure the
interesting.
Billboard Gruff were actually part of one of those as some kind of background characters.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah,
I mean, they really did put in a lot of references in there. I don't
yeah.
remember it though.
Uh,
I mean, Three Little Pigs definitely, but
oh, they were there.
yeah, they were definitely there. But they were like prominently there,
The gingerbread dude.
prominent.
Um, what? I Now I might be very wrong here, but I also seem to remember a fox.
Yeah, the wolf,
No, no, not a
a
wolf, a
fox,
fox.
an actual fox. What?
Yes, but I might be wrong. I also remember the wolf, like in the grandma's clothing.
I don't remember the fox, but then again, Mandela effect. Um,
Yeah, or me.
well, you were the Mandela effect, so more or less.
I am the mandala.
Mandela. It's named for Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, I was the three Nelson Mandela songs started playing in my head when you said it.
Yeah, no, it was named for him because
Yeah,
yeah, people kept thinking that he was dead, and then turns out that he died again. It's like, what? No, he's not supposed. He already died. Why?
Like, did he die for real this time?
Yeah, and then it's like, no, I cannot be mistaken. No, the world must have changed somehow.
It's a glitch in the matrix.
I mean, it's for people to actually believe that they could not possibly have been mistaken and just jump to the conclusion that no, the world must have been changed. I mean, that is
Yeah.
that's extraordinary. I mean, I'm sort of impressed.
Oh, who was it I last saw that people said were dead, and he came out and said, "No, no, still alive."
No
Was
idea.
that?
I was about to suggest something really inappropriate, but I'm not gonna do
I know nobody's here. Be as inappropriate as you want to be.
that.
It's not like people are going to watch this later on YouTube.
Probably not. But self moderation is important.
Insanity is a byproduct of a world that is not working. Why are you sending us color blindness charts?
see what colors would be good for all of various. forms of seeing color.
Well,
It's for reference, more or less.
Yeah. It's kind of a limited palette when it gets right down to it. The important bit is to make sure that the signal colors work. The rest you can do whatever you want with. But usually like bright yellow and bright blue, those work really well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the purples as well.
How about gray, green, and dull red?
Well, if we put those colors in there, we could prominently tell people with color blindness that no, you're in fact seeing this exactly the way we designed it. What's more
Are
inclusive
these
than
two
that?
different? Nope. We are not making fun of people with color blindness. We are just being stupid.
Yeah, we are. And we're actually trying to make considerations for, conditions that we do not have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes, a surprising bit of work. Because
Yeah.
sometimes people will just remind us that, like, oh, this is a thing. It's like, oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Have to remember this for next time.
Color
Yeah.
blindness was a major thing we thought about when we thought about color choices in Evil 101.
Well, we had learned some by then, so.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We had.
Yeah. And Heroes still has a lot of the original thinking still embedded into its design.
Hmm.
Because it works for us as we are, just testing it out.
Yeah.
But such a
We tend to go a bit
yeah.
overboard with our artwork on our testing, on our prototypes, though.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yes, yeah.
I kind of miss the old cardboard cutouts and folded napkin tests we had.
Yeah, I mean that was a great time. We got a lot of stuff done.
We did.
Yeah, I mean all
Yeah.
of this was designed just by doing that, really. Well, not this, but the game itself.
Yeah, we got to test out the mechanics, got to write down cards, throw some dice.
Yeah, it was a lot of crafting. No, it was absolutely a good time. Many good times were had.
It's how to do things when you're starting out.
Yeah, and honestly, it's how to do things even after two.
Oh yeah, I mean when
But
you're starting out to make one game.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we did exactly the same when we did the ideas or
Evil.
whatever for Evil.
Yeah.
I mean, just get right down there, just into the nitty gritties. Let's see. Give
Does this
guy.
work? If yes, then continue. If no, get back to drawing board.
Oh, that is a demonic goat.
Well, it needs to start off somewhere. I mean, I could make it blue-eyed.
A blue-eyed goat.
Yeah.
Ah, not with the stats it's supposed to have.
Nah, I'll take it down a bit. I'll make him a regular brown-eyed goat. Oh, that is actually closer to how, the way Marvin looked. Only he was a white goat.
Goats in general do look demonic.
Yeah, funny
Yes.
that.
Could be about 2,000 years of Christian culture bleeding in.
Yeah. I mean, it
Kinda.
could be. It really could be. I think you're onto something.
Are you
Definitely.
sure?
Yeah. You know, I'm having a really good feeling about this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Christianity has made quite a few like evil animals.
What? I didn't hear you.
Oh no, Christianity they've made quite a few evil animals,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
like the cats, for instance. Black
Yeah.
cats. Ooh.
Black cats,
Yeah.
snakes, and creepy crawlies.
Oh, snake. That's a big one.
The wolf.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a that's a big one. Did they do bats too?
I'm pretty sure they also did bats.
I can't remember, but I do remember. Depending on which version of the Bible you'll see, they sometimes say crocodile, sometimes they say dragon.
Are you thinking about the Leviathan?
No, that's no, it's one of the earliest books, I think. They and depending on the translation, some say dragon, some say alligator or crocodile. Actually, alligator is in the U.S.
Yeah. The Bible did speak about leviathans and behemoths. I'm pretty sure those are um, hippos and elephants.
Probably.
Well, the unicorn is clearly a rhinoceros.
Monoceratos.
It's kind of mossy.
Yeah, it's starting to be more and more pink.
Yeah, it's the shade that I put on here is a certain shade of red. So the shadows and the drop off of the shadows becomes sort of reddish, while the highlights they're actually a very light shade of green.
And then you're going to invert it afterwards.
Well, I could, but it wouldn't necessarily look great.
Wasn't that like an online challenge for a while, where artists were drawing stuff and then inverting it to see how it ended up?
I don't remember actually. I can't remember seeing that.
I had it on like YouTube Shorts and some TikTok. Now remember, kids, these creatures can scale 90-degree walls,
Yes.
or maybe 89-degree walls.
Yeah, remember kids, these things will fuck you
Oh, definitely.
up.
These creatures are made to fight trolls,
Yeah,
at least the
successfully.
big ones.
Let's see. see.
Up to and including bridge trolls.
I don't think I'm working.
Yeah. Yeah, that reminds me.
Oh.
I haven't seen the Troll Hunter for quite a while now.
Oh, that is a movie worth rewatching.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's a funny one.
That is a good one.
That is good
Yeah.
thriller comedy.
Yeah, it is.
Something like that, yeah.
It's a good mockumentary.
Super Scandinavian.
Extremely.
Oh, yeah. It does exist in English.
Does it?
Yes,
Yeah.
but it's not as good.
No. I haven't seen it in English, actually, but I would guess it's very rare to see movies like that being translated well into English.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean the best example I can think of is Norseman,
Norseman is good. Yeah.
because they actually just remade every single scene in English, so it's not dubbed.
Yeah, they did.
At
Also,
the same
yeah,
time, you do get a lot of the cultural back to some of the sayings and such because they are completely rewritten to work within the context of the second language.
Yeah,
Because I did watch Troll Hunter in English, and it lost a lot of that folksy air, that Norwegian folksy air that you have there with the mayor of the municipality showing up and going, "No, it's the wildlife
yeah,
mm,
organization."
yeah,
the cover up.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you saying real interviews with the politicians just totally out of context.
Yeah,
But if you do not understand Norwegian, do check it out in English. It is still a good movie.
it is. It should be, even if you put it on mute, I guess.
yeah. Well,
Maybe.
I'll have to try that once, just to see. But I would
With
probably
texting,
be
though.
biased, though. That would be
With
an
texting or
experiment.
without.
That would be an experiment. But since I've already seen it, I would already know what's going on. So it would be easier to experiment with someone who hasn't seen it before.
yeah. Like, you guys remember being kids, not knowing English or any other language except Norwegian,
Yeah.
whatever, and then you'd still
Yeah.
watch like English cartoons and whatever. It never really
Yeah.
phased you. I didn't really care.
Yeah, we got a lot of German cartoons actually on video,
Yeah,
VHS that we got. So we watch a lot of cartoons we didn't understand a word.
yeah, and
Of.
then the funny thing happens. A few years later, you've now gone a bit to school. You've learned some basic English and whatever, and all of this stuff has just begun. You know, it's just ancient history for you. You don't remember really watching those movies or whatever. But then maybe 15 years go by and you put on this movie again. I was like, oh, yeah, I saw this when I was a kid. And then you suddenly, a part of your brain starts working and you realize that you're actually anticipating everything that the characters are about to say. but you hear it for the first time, even though you know the melody.
Yeah.
Now that is pretty cool.
Welcome to Tombs Foundry PsyOps.
Yeah. Oh, that is one of the joys of being bilingual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, just rediscovering things you already knew in
Goat.
different ways.
Men who stare at goats.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that before now?
I don't know, man. You just needed to get to the point naturally, you know? You couldn't be
Yeah.
Like
pushed.
goats, movies, and PsyOps.
Yeah. Goats, movies, and psyops. That's right. That's right. Yeah. We're all Jedi's, man.
Yeah.
That's another good movie. Uh,
No, that is actually the same movie.
everybody needs a little bit of LSD in their life.
Wouldn't know.
Jeff Bridges.
That's one we haven't seen. So.
Oh no. It's recommended. It's hilarious. The entire
Death
premise
of
is.
Stalin.
Oh, that is good.
Now there you have good satire.
Now that is good. That is a really good movie. Surprisingly good, really. I mean, that is, as you said, proper satire.
And at the same time, quite historically accurate.
Yeah, which is the good part, really. I mean, this is dumb, but it's like dumb in such a way that you cannot help but think, yeah, but was it that dumb though? Did it really happen?
Why would anyone do this? Who would do this? These guys would.
These guys are doing it. Working really hard to do this. Why?
Is there anything new with Jeff Bridges out?
I don't know.
We can take a look.
I try not to Google stuff during these streams.
Yeah, it's pretty much the conversation killer to Google something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Amsterdam.
Oh, don't know it.
Like, uh, there's this like huge movie coming out called Amsterdam with like star spangled lineup, and I think it's I don't know if it's that one or there's another one. It's like early days Hollywood,
Oh, okay.
and I think Jeff Bridges is there. Anyway, it looks really big. It looks really fun. Uh, it's one of those prestige movies.
Yeah. Man, what was it? I watched a movie yesterday. Going in Style.
Okay, going in
Yeah,
style.
Going in Style is like a heist movie, but with really old guys.
Oh, is it about those English robbers who robbed like a diamond store or something?
No, no, no. These are like old guys who want to get their pensions back. So they do a bank
Right.
robbery.
Yeah, but
It's
isn't it?
with Morgan Freeman's one of them.
Oh, okay. Because I know about like a similar situation that happened in real life, but that was in England.
Yeah.
Speaking of, when do you think we'll see the Great British Emigration?
When all the Brits are starting to leave.
Yeah,
God.
the Queen's dead now. She's not holding them back.
No, this is true.
Um, their economy is getting really bad for regular people.
Yeah.
Might start to turn around soon, though.
Well, you never know.
Well,
Oh, it's
the
nice that
stock
you're
the stock
hopeful.
market is starting to build up again.
Stock market means nothing.
Um,
Like the U.S. had like the greatest stock market rise just while the regular American had less and less to use. Like the stock market only talks about companies; it does not talk about people's economy,
Or people's happiness.
people's
I,
ability to
but
do
it
financial
depends.
decisions for
But
themselves.
but it depends. I mean, it
depends.
depends on.
There-
It depends on, you know, the British. I mean, how much do they love being British in Britain? And they have. I mean, from the time I lived there, it wasn't abnormal for me to go out somewhere and talk to someone, and it turns out that they have lived in that general area their entire lives and never left.
Yeah.
Uh, and we're talking about people who are like my age. They had never left that
Mm.
general area. They had never gone to London. Uh,
Out of the county.
yeah, basically, not even really found a reason to leave the town. You know, it's it's not entirely unthinkable that there's a whole lot of these people,
Oh,
and
that's true.
you know, especially if there's like, you know, lower class, because they actually do have a class system and they are very vocal about it, unlike us who have a class system but deny it. Now, now, so it depends. If people have the means to go around, to move somewhere or whatever, I mean, if it gets desperate enough and there's nothing left to hold them back, and there's like, and life actually does look better on the other side, I mean, then there's a very good chance that they'll do that. I imagine. But you know, I'm thinking a lot of people would probably stay. So I don't think it would be a great migration.
No. I hope it doesn't end up with it though. Anyway, I was just thinking about it because everything of news I get from the UK at the moment is really bad
It is pretty bad.
for regular people.
Yeah, it just keeps getting worse and worse.
Anyways, let's talk about fun stuff. Have you guys been mentally damaged from RPGs lately?
Mentally damaged? Well, every time, more or less. But do go on. Seems like you have something very in particular to talk about.
Oh, no, no, no. I'm just talking about how many of the games we play tend to end up being very grimdark.
They do, yeah. Um,
So, yeah, how have your games been lately? Game.
uh, well, the game well, both me and John are currently playing are definitely within the realm of that.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're not in a good place. Like,
Well, who is in the Warhammer universe?
this is true. But I can clearly say that my character is definitely not in a good place, neither physically or mentally.
Oh,
Yeah.
and how is that?
Well, he's let the darkness of the place he's currently in kind of seep into his soul a little bit, and it's corrupted him just a slightly bit, and
Hmm.
he's not happy.
Any inclination to maybe bring this corruption on further?
He doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to. No,
That's fair.
but he's made some very dubious choices.
And how about your character, Jon?
My character was dark, then took a few choices that made him much less so. And
Uh-huh.
nowadays, well, he can be real dark if he needs to.
Yeah, John's character is very solid through and through. Like extremely dependable.
Huh. That is interesting. That is interesting. Any plans for your character to start maybe embracing Grandpa Nurgle?
Well, he was the first one to get mutated.
He's the only one who got mutated. He is an actual fucking
Yeah,
Oh,
mutant. He
yeah.
he it was I mean, it's not his fault. He didn't do anything to actually become mutated.
Nope.
No.
Just being alive.
Just I mean, the universe seemed to really punish his character Kruger
Yeah.
for just existing for the longest of time.
I think I've been in full health for maybe half a session.
Yeah, I mean, he's currently
Not being diseased or some other detriment to my stats.
yeah, unfortunately I don't think he is doing hyperbole at this point. Yeah.
huh.
No, I think I have one hit point left.
I think you maybe should forget Nurgle and start praising Nuffle.
No, I mean, okay, your character is not the darkest character ever. It is really is not. I mean, he's got shit going on for him. He's made his own business.
Yeah.
And he's got a girlfriend going on. Girlfriend slash
This
employee, but
is
it's dark ages or whatever, you know. But
this sounds very not like Jon though. Like his character always
well,
are on the bleeding edge.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. But you need to hear this because
Ah,
this is not the case. This is not the case. This is
I'm
not.
intrigued.
Oh yeah, you should be. You should be. Kruger is pretty much just a solid dude. Uh, he's making the best out of an incredibly shitty origin. and building himself back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he even changed his name and identity to signal that he was done with the life that he had and wanted to move on.
Huh. Not to get away from a life of crime.
No.
He was never in a life of crime. No. He was never in a life of crime. Bad things has happened to him and it's not his fault.
But do continue.
Yeah. No, Kruger is one of, well, he was one of two sole survivors of
Yeah.
of a Beastman attack.
Those Beastmen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know those.
I know those.
Yeah. I'm basically the last survivor of my village.
Yeah. Now he is. Because the other guy, he died. Possibly.
Yeah, we don't know
Possibly.
yet though. We don't know yet though. We saw him. We saw him disappear in an underground river. That's the last we saw of him.
Yeah. He got one hit by Basilisk down in some dark tunnels.
Yeah.
Never saw him again. And the player in question, he has rolled up a new character. His actual fate has not been shared with the group yet.
No. But then again, never trust a dead person until you've seen the body.
This is so
And not
true.
even then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I play a Moor priest. Priest of the dead. So I can perform miracles to make sure that people cannot come back from the dead.
Make sure they stay dead.
Yeah, that's one of my main functions. But it's not one. That's not a miracle that I have available at the moment.
That's kind of weak.
Now it costs a lot of dash.
Oh, okay. So it's like I was about to say high level magic, but that doesn't exist in that system.
No, it does. High level magic does exist, and
Oh, okay.
and technically, player knowledge, what a priest does is magic. It's just not the wind magic that regular magic users uses. They use the magic of the gods.
Yeah.
But don't tell them that. But yeah, no. It is. I mean, basically, a priest has blessings that he can do, which kind of works like petty spells. Only they're extremely specific. And then when he becomes more powerful and more versed, he can start learning miracles, which is not something everyone can do.
No.
I mean, most people can't do blessings either, not properly. They can say the words, but it just won't happen. But player character priests are different. So he can gather up enough XP to buy himself a few more miracles, but they get more expensive as you go by. So
Yeah. As always.
yeah, and he can perform two kinds of miracles already. I mean, that's pretty miraculous.
What kind of miracles are they?
He can tell people how they're gonna die.
That's an asshole power.
No, that's like the Morian power number one. It's the dooming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is an asshole power, but it's like culturally accepted that everyone should have one.
And those who and the character who dies according to his dooming, he gets rewarded.
He gets a butt ton of XP.
For the new character? Or...
Yeah, for the next character. The rules say that if you have a dooming, like normally if you die, you start at 0, right? you start with a brand new character, you're gonna be lagging behind the rest of the group for
Yeah.
the rest of your existence. But that's the thing. But if
Yes.
you have a dooming and you die according to that little rhyme that you get delivered as your dooming, you get half the XP that your original character had, and you start with that.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. The challenge, however, is to be able to die exactly as it says. I mean, my character has an easy dooming, because his dooming says that he is going to die in a festering warren.
A festering warren. That could be anywhere.
Exactly, right? so that also means that I kind of play up the fact that my character knows it's a festering warren whenever he goes into a place. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna die now. So he's kind of fatalistic even for Death Priest. Also, my character is sort of wrestling with the fact that he is not a regular mortal man, because he can actually perform goddamn miracles, and he just recently, yeah.
He's a prophet. The gods, all the gods, talked through him.
Yeah, and
That just sounds easy.
He continually performs miracles.
most notably, my character was acting like a goddamn miraculous flamethrower of black flame for one continuous minute. I mean, that puts a mark on someone's soul, you know?
Yeah.
Or at least it should. But for him, it probably didn't. That's like equally as terrifying.
Yeah. You cast those flames every round for what was it? 5 or 6 rounds?
Yeah. It was 5, 6, maybe even 8 rounds.
Yeah. Every single round you made that roll.
Yeah. It was just it was a black inferno, because we were fighting a boss which was undead, and I'm supposed to be like the anti-undead guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just so happens
You were.
that I actually were. Yeah.
You think you took about 80% of his HP?
I did. Probably more too, actually.
Yeah, maybe 90.
Yeah, no, it's like we were fighting a champion, an undead goddamn champion, and you know, John's Kruger fell. He wasn't killed, but he was down. At least one other player went down, and he went down bad. A third
was feared, so couldn't really join the fight at all.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because everyone had to roll like fear saves, terror saves before this. Yeah. And the priest, I just he just critted on it. It was like he was just unfazed by this fucking horror. But it wasn't the same for the rest, so it became a very special fight.
It is kind of fun though when such fights happen.
Oh yeah, that was a boss fight. That was like proper boss fight. I mean, you should have had music for that fight.
Yeah.
Only problem is, after a while, that music would have turned into Benny Hill theme.
Yeah.
Because the GM, he tried to help us as much as he possibly could. He was like calling for reinforcements and stuff, and then it's like, oh shit, yeah, but the reinforcements, I have to roll for fear as well. And then it's like, oh, they crit failed. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, okay, 30 men just ran back out the door. It was like nothing could take, and we just watching the group just falling, and eventually it was it was just a priest and a couple of NPCs standing there
Yeah,
fighting.
what two NPCs and a priest. That was the only one standing.
Yeah,
And the bartender goes, "Is this a joke?"
Yeah, and
yeah.
one of the NPCs was just a group that was supposed to be being killed when we arrived at the scene, and one of them survived, and he turned out to be
he
an extreme MVP.
I mean, he only survived because I named him.
Yeah, we named him. You
Yeah,
named him.
yeah. I gave him a name, which made the GM immediately just go, well, he's named now, so I'm gonna have to up his stats a little bit. Yeah, so he just gave us every possible way we could have made this, and we almost didn't. I mean, it was clutch.
Yeah.
It was clutch.
That was very clutch.
Uh,
Like
Amazing though, just amazing.
the most damaged of our party. Man, we had one clutch roll where the champion was very early on, where he lost his weapon.
Yeah, yeah.
He was disarmed, and the most heavily damaged of us managed to grab his sword and crawl away with it, while the rest of us basically acted as meat shields to keep the champion away from it.
It was a baller move.
Nice.
It was a baller move. It was so good. It was like whenever the elves put that guy together, it was like they forgot to put in the quit.
Yeah.
Dude was crawling away with a giant chaos broadsword with a crush, and his all his ribs were broken. I was like,
oh yeah. Is it still like the old Warhammer crit system, where theoretically you could have a character that had like all his bones and face and everything broken, but still not dead?
no, it's not anymore. There's a revision to the crit system that came in one of the later books. So crits now deal additional damage, and if you take a certain amount of damage, I mean, you will basically just be dead.
Yeah.
So you know, if it's like your toughness bonus. If you take as much damage as your toughness bonus in one hit after you're on crits and stuff,
Yeah.
then you're out. Also, some of the crits, because they go up to like 150 on the rolls.
Okay.
They will just outright just dismember you.
Yeah, because I'm going from the first edition,
Second edition.
Warhammer Fantasy. You guys are playing second edition now.
No, you're going
Fourth.
by the second edition, and we're playing fourth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My partner here calling us nerd.
Yeah. This is very accurate. Yeah.
That is true.
It's very accurate. It's a correct assessment. I applaud their ability to observe. Yeah. No, it's no, but it can be a horror show. But basically, and I do speak a lot with the GM in between sessions. Kind of work as like a little sounding board in a way.
Yeah.
And according to him, this is pretty much the darkest point in probably the entire campaign. Like among all the books, this is like a complete horror show, and it really is.
Well, that guy does know how to run horror.
He really does, and it's not the same when he does it in Warhammer. But if he does Cthulhu, Oof. Then you're in
Yeah.
for some scary
But in
good
Cthulhu, we
times.
do everything we can to make it a comedy. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
but that's just how we react to the horror that we're actually facing. Because like,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah, because when it's done right, I will actually be like genuinely scared for my life. Like, this is not a good place. I don't want to be here. There's something coming around the corner. I mean, yeah, it's make believe,
Still
but I
gonna make
still believe in it.
Still gonna make this bad joke though, just to see if I can feel better about myself.
Exactly,
yeah,
because it's all you have at that point. It's like, laugh it off. Just laugh it off. I mean, God, like when we started the Masks in the Tabletopia campaign,
Yeah, good
just
campaign.
extremely, extremely cool. Um, Turns out the GM has never actually finished it. Like, not as a player, not as a GM, ever. He has never.
Oh, I feel that's sad though, because he also really loves that campaign.
He absolutely adores that campaign, and why wouldn't he? I mean, it's so well written. It's so multifaceted. It's just great. Um, but we're gonna restart it and try again. Um, but basically, uh, the the tutorial thing that we did in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, y'all remember how absolutely batshit terrified we were of that house?
Yep.
yeah.
We tried not to enter it after the first time.
We tried cheesing it. Like, we tried avoiding the problem. I mean,
yeah.
personally, I'd say that's some top-notch role-playing right there. Just, yeah, we don't want to go in there. We don't. No, it's a bad place.
Let's let's buy it, tear it down, and build on top of it.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's and we actually do. But problem is that the guys we hired are now running scared because there's horrible
Dying.
shit. I was like, yeah, should have seen that one coming.
Yeah,
So
we called the police and had them go in, and they came out and nope, that's your problem.
I did do that once though.
Veteran Call of Cthulhu players here.
Yeah, I mean, I did do that once in a one-off where I played Doctor Tombs, not Colonel Tombs. No, Colonel Tombs' brother.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, the father of Phineas and Sean Tombs. Um,
We had a full Tombs family tree.
we did, we did,
yeah.
and they were all involved in the mythos.
In a later campaign, I played an employee of them.
Yeah, that you did.
Oh.
The Tombs Foundation.
Yeah.
If we ever make enough money, we'll make the Tombs Foundation.
Yeah.
Just to have.
And we'll fight Lovecraftian cosmic horrors.
Well, we do that already, but can't talk about it, can we? But yeah, nah, that was pretty great.
Oh, I kind of want to join in on that campaign though.
Which one?
Redo Nyarlathotep.
Well, you know the guy, so just talk to him.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure he would be more than happy to enjoy it and to put you in there.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, you do that. I know it's not easy to find time for everything.
Yeah.
On that note, how goes your D&D game?
Last session had to be cancelled because of life.
Yeah.
That thing.
That is normal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard of that thing.
yeah. So hopefully we're gonna play tomorrow.
Oh,
Oh, that's good.
I'm pretty sure our group is gonna get fired from the guild we're working in.
Any particular reasons why you would say that?
Lack of respect for authority.
Well, that would do it.
Trying to incite workplace riot.
yeah.
How many sessions have you had?
3.
So you couldn't wait longer, huh?
Nope. But I found out that they demand we go and sacrifice our lives in dangerous situations, and there's not even
Hazard pay.
a pension
Oh god.
for families who lose
Bereaved.
their So of course I have to start a socialist revolution at the workplace.
Yeah.
Yes, of course you had. I mean,
Yeah.
what else could you do? It was in the cards all along.
In the dice all along.
Like this guy is loosely based on one of the greatest union leaders in Norway, Yngve Håkansson.
Mm-hmm.
It cannot end well.
No. I can see that.
This is great. This is great. I mean, I mean, to us, you gave us uh, a very clear warning that this wasn't like an eventuality that could potentially happen. So I don't think neither me or John are feeling
Well,
very shocked about this development.
No.
No.
I am following the information that the GM gave us on session 0.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. That's the amazing thing about you, Tor. No matter what the rules are, you can do whatever you want. You will find a way.
I just hope that the GM doesn't get too annoyed. I don't want to be a problem player.
Nah. No one wants to be that.
And I know how it is to go from being a GM to a player. It usually does not end well.
Yeah.
There's this oh, this is how I would have done it thingy that you just have to be able to shove away.
Yeah, that thing.
Oh. I wish I had a bit more time because I'm starting to really grow and want to be DMing something again.
Do some Shadowrun.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. But I don't have enough time for that.
Yeah, I've seen the project as you do. There are a few.
Yeah.
It's important to be
I
able
more or less
to.
need. Hmm?
It's important to be able to take time and say, "This is my time."
Yeah. Problem is, I need 3 lives to complete all the things that I want to do in this one.
That just means that saying it's your time is even more important, so at least you can get some of those things done.
You're supposed to enjoy life, not to slave over it.
Yeah. But for some reason, I'm actually kind of enjoying it as well.
Okay, that's fine.
You're enjoying the stress.
When you get to a certain point, you kind of do.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's
That's
a bad sign or a good sign, though.
that's what we call in Norway environmental damage.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's how MS happens, kids.
That's how you end up as a burnout, kids.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No, you don't want to start going, hey man, that's not cool, man. Wait, that's the wrong burnout.
Yeah, that's the wrong word. The other kind. The other kind of burnout, man. The other kind.
Last year, me and my partner went to this birthday party that was costume. We are supposed to dress as movie characters.
Yeah.
Well, it was pretty last minute for us, so we didn't have that much to. We didn't have time to make really good costumes. But we found out we could go together as Cheek and Chong,
Ooh.
and it really worked.
Yeah. So they were Cheech and you were Chong, or
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. That's a good couple's outfit. I'm currently
yeah.
making Death.
Which one? Oh, I know which one you told me, but still tell everybody.
Yeah, no, Discworld Death.
Yes.
Yeah, based off, well, partially off Paul Kidby's illustrations.
Yeah, yeah, those are pretty good.
Yeah, those
I
are
like
the
those.
I'd say second generation, but probably more generations of it. But
Yeah.
he's done the very lifelike, yet very cartoonish art for the newer books and stuff. So since I
Mm,
already had some of the gear lying around, I just figured, okay, I'll just 3D print myself a mask and start doing like mechanical fingers and stuff. So currently on that
yeah.
for no particular reason. I just figured I can do it.
It's a good character.
I love that character. He is so sympathetic to life.
Yeah. I I hope Death is either the Sandman Death or the Discworld Death.
Or something in
But
between. Uh,
oh, that could work too.
yeah, but like they both have like both Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman has a pretty similar attitude towards those things. So
Yeah.
I mean, it meshed pretty well in Good Omens.
Yeah. Like friends who manage to work together.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna make that. So now I've printed off most of the parts for the mask. I'm gonna see about some other things too. I'm just gonna have a little bit of fun with it. I'm not gonna try to get it
Yeah.
done by Halloween because
A bit short notice.
it is a bit short notice.
Next year's Halloween.
Oh yeah, that could be cool.
Uh, my partner once wanted to make the Immortan Joe costume.
Yeah. Some crazy stuff.
Really cool costume though. Like there you have like some tribal post-apocalyptic stuff.
Oh yeah, you absolutely do. Yeah, Morton Joe. That is a step up. It's like whenever I see something like that, I just start thinking about the tools that I'd like.
Yeah, like plastic form presses.
Yes, with the
Mm.
chest plate, among other things. You know, the plastic form presser would be amazing.
That would be cool.
Well, like vacuum formers. Vacuum
Wow.
formers. Yeah. Um, those are pretty cool. I mean, then you could just make. I mean, you could just for masks and stuff. Literally, just print off whatever in 3D. You don't have to think about everything around it, and then you just make a shell out of it, and then have a lightweight, easy to go mask. I mean, you could technically start mass producing stuff.
Yeah.
And then you can start the revolution.
Yes, you could. Which was the second thing I thought of. So.
What was the first thing? Was it dirty?
No. The first thing was basically like, oh, mass produce it. Yeah, sell. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
second,
yeah.
revolution. Yeah.
Not that I really need it, but I kind of want one of those electronic masks where you can like program in a face or a symbol or whatever to be on the front.
Oh yeah, all those.
Oh.
Yeah, those are cool.
I wonder how long they last though.
Well, LEDs. They.
Battery life? Are you thinking? Are you thinking battery life or lifespan?
Not that battery lifespan. Like how long until you have to recharge it.
Depends on the battery pack, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't help me.
No, but I mean, you could probably easily carve out a night.
Yeah. Like we're getting closer and closer to like the cyberpunk dystopia, but people aren't really realizing it because we don't have flying cars yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, isn't isn't that half of the nefarious nature of what's happening? Wasn't that something I said? Oh, what was I said
Hmm?
something yesterday, I think. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like whenever we're talking about, oh yeah, it would be great to make a Here's a Sealening RPG.
Right.
Yeah. Um. Well, I was sat doing some minor like just update graphics and whatever for Evil yesterday and or Evil Part
Monday.
One. Monday, yeah, that's right. Days, time. What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was Monday. Monday or no, yesterday. Yesterday.
it was okay. There we go.
It was yesterday.
Yeah. So I was
I'm the
making
one confused here. Temporarily confused.
temporarily confused. Temporary confused. Yeah, actually.
Temporarily.
Or also temper. What the words? Anyways, yeah, no,
Temperate confusion.
yes, uh, confused about time. Anyways,
Yeah, temporarily.
god damn. God damn you guys. Okay. No, I was looking over the illustrations and whatever that were already done, and I just realized that well, cool. We already have like our fantasy RPG setting here, so I guess this is a cyberpunk setting.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of weird stuff in there. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you have like body part 3D printers and like actual robots, biotech companies. I mean,
Biotech companies does exist in real life too, though.
yeah, sure they do, but I'm just saying that this is if we're taking it up to 11, you know where we're gonna end up.
Oh yeah. But I am also pretty sure that we do have um, organ printing technology in real life.
Well, we are
In
working on it for
experimental
sure.
stage, yes.
Experimental stage only means that it's just the rich who can afford it. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I know it.
Well, we're not surprised that you would feel that way.
But seriously, I am pretty sure we are past the experimental stage. I am pretty sure we do have at least one printed human organ in use.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me.
Might be. So the reason why you haven't heard about it is because they want to see if it survives long enough. Maybe. We
Uh,
got we got to know it
Yeah,
pretty. We got to know it pretty early on when they
I'm
started with mechanical hearts and such.
I'm thinking if there's anything, any reason why we wouldn't have heard about it is because it's probably in that case happened under unethical terms.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because then we wouldn't necessarily hear about it unless there was a whistleblower.
You do remember how that Chinese scientist reacted when he got asked about ethics and science?
Yeah, sort of. Anyways, it wasn't great.
It wasn't exactly the answer you wanted.
No.
Oh, actually, if I can, I just did a Google. I tend to do that, and in 2014. California-based company called Organovo was the first to successfully engineer commercially available 3D bioprinted human livers and kidneys.
Aha!
There we go. And but have they done spleens yet, though?
Hmm.
It came and it just disappeared because as soon as it arrived, it's, oh yeah, yeah, that's normal.
Let's see if I can take a look here. Yeah, but it is the future because they use the patient's own cells to create the new organs, so they don't have the issues with the rejection they usually have nowadays from a donor.
Yeah, no, it
A,
is. It is the future.
a, ability to mass produce the human organs. Yeah, it's the future.
Yeah, the point is
It
they
is the
can't really
future.
mass producing them wouldn't really be viable because of, like I said, rejection. The body will reject something that is not belonging, coming from the body itself. It doesn't matter. You can mass produce as many hearts as you want. If you can't implant them in people, it doesn't really matter.
You do have stuff as universal donors, though.
Yeah, but not for organs. That is you have there are certain blood types that can be that are more or less universal donors, but
Yeah,
in
type O negative.
organs, yeah, but in organs it's different. I, there might be, but I can't rule that out. But That would be more like the holy grail of organ transplants.
Well, the point still stands. We have the possibilities to mass produce organs.
Yeah, but we are already living in a cyberpunk age, so
Yeah. Apart from we're still a ways away from. Well, I've seen some of the prosthetic limbs they can make nowadays. Those are amazing, but
Those
we're
have
still
very little
away.
to do with cyberpunk, though. That is
Yeah.
post-humanism.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk is the corporations taking over and basically running the world, while peons like you and me are forgotten dregs in the city
Yeah.
streets.
Well, we have had that for how long? 20 years, 30 years in the
Yeah,
U.S. at least.
yeah. But it is official. We do live in a cyberpunk world now. Like both time-wise, technology-wise, um, and science fiction-wise.
yeah.
In many ways, yes.
Yeah.
We have universal comm links. They're just called phones.
Yes. And the metaverse is slowly making turns and rounds. AI is encroaching upon virtually any form of job there is.
Yep.
Oh,
And we got billionaires in space.
yeah.
Yeah,
They do.
there we
They
are.
don't live there themselves, though. Not yet.
Well, they can stay. That's fine by me.
Yeah.
Oh, just you wait. As soon as the planet becomes more uninhabitable, they are going to move up there.
Yeah, they will. As soon as as soon as the commercial space stations start to take off.
They'll be the ones building the first commercial space station.
Yeah.
Yeah. As
Like,
long as it has artificial gravity, though.
yeah, it can spin.
Usually, space stations with artificial gravity is, at least for science, isn't um, really that desired, more or less, because the transition for the body from a weighted environment and to a weightless environment is always there's always a transition period. So constantly going from artificial gravity to weightlessness to conduct experiments is wasted. It's easier to just be weightless all the time, and it's less moving
Then,
parts and less cost.
and they don't have to think about their weight anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, they would have to think about the bone density though.
that they do. So, which is why they have a few workout platforms.
They don't do nearly enough.
No, they don't.
You'd have to work out for several hours a day just to keep it at bay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
And
why there is also
remember,
a limit to how long they can be there.
to drink Tina milk.
Hmm. Yes.
Mm.
Not
Good.
sponsored.
Good for the bones.
Yeah,
Unless you're
milk.
lactose intolerant.
There's lactose-free milk.
I know. It's actually good.
It tastes exactly the same.
Yes, it does.
It is.
Everyone should just switch over to lactose-free milk.
It has less sugar in it.
Yes. And, in general, most people, at some point, will develop something like lactose intolerance. And And just switching to that will help. But I will still eat meat.
Number 2 is getting pretty good so far.
Yeah, I think so. He's an interesting goat.
Now, are any of these goats going to have an eye patch?
I mean, if we're gonna do stuff like that, I guess this guy is the guy to do it on. I was also thinking maybe he should have like a harness or something. I mean, I don't know his story.
Alright, maybe he didn't lose his eye in a fight. Maybe he just fell on a rock.
Maybe.
Maybe it was an eye-eating bacteria. The cousin of the flesh-eating bacteria. But what do we know of the middle billy goat Gruff?
Not
We know he's a
as
goat.
not as powerful as the big one.
No, but more powerful than the little billy goat Gruff.
Definitely.
And we know he's gruff from the name. And we know he likes to push problems over to his older brother.
Yeah, that does.
See if I can find them. Yeah.
Ooh, weren't they in the Fable comics?
Don't remember. I don't think I read enough of those. And if I did, I just simply do not remember.
Like I read everything that came out in Nemi
Mm-hmm.
because it used to be like a guest comic there.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. This is gonna annoy me.
There's a good chance that they were in there, though.
Yeah.
see. I'll be stepping away for just a few minutes.
That's
Be
fine.
right back.
The troll was there, at least. Do you want to know what the troll in the Three Billy Goats Gruff is called?
Yeah.
Grimble.
Grimble? Grimble.
Yeah, at least that's what the comic book Fable says.
Pretty sure that's the only place where that would be mentioned.
Yeah.
But that's cool enough.
I should start collecting Fable.
Yeah,
I really liked it.
Yeah, it's a really good comic.
Too bad I don't really have space for more comics.
Yeah. It's not even a luxury problem, it's just a problem.
Yeah, it's what happens when you live in a shoebox.
Yeah, pretty much. I live in virtually the same shoebox, so yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Which is it's good for my collector mania, you know. So
It keeps us from hoarding.
exactly. Like upon getting a 3D printer is like it suddenly became very obvious that okay, can't make everything. Gonna have to be selective. Also, this was cool. Does anyone want it?
I can start giving shit away on your own Discord.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey guys, I made this thing. I have no place for it. You guys want it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I just had some fun. I made this thing. It's really cool. Anyone into that? I mean, guaranteed someone would be,
Yeah.
but the problem is, you know, you kind of have to do it fast so you don't form an attachment.
Uh, I was suddenly reminded of our first year at Comic Con together.
Yeah.
And we met that fan of yours who had made a bag with all of the Weird strips on it.
Well, yeah, two, I think. Yeah, I think she picked two of her favorites and put it on, and I mean, can't get more flattered than that, really.
No, it was a good bag.
I mean, it's not like she was expecting to find me there either, so, you know, she was just flaunting that shit because she liked it. And,
Yeah, it was a true happy accident.
yeah, and I'll never think that that's not weird, that can happen.
Well, you were at the Comic Con and you do make comics, so
Yeah, part of you don't really expect people to notice.
uh,
Also, I'm a bit of an antisocial, so
yeah.
yeah.
Wouldn't believe that seeing how chatty we are.
Well, you know. If there were more people in this stream, people I didn't know, I would climb up. Wallflower. Nah, not really though. I don't remember which kind I am. Is it the extroverted introvert?
Hmm?
Or the introverted extrovert? I think it's the first one.
Yeah. I don't know. I tend to find that kind of introspection not healthy.
You mean the labeling?
Yeah,
Mm.
that part.
Yeah, it's not healthy. What is healthy is this lovely guy.
Yeah. Couple of cuts and bruises on the front schnoz.
Yeah. And he got his little patch there.
Now,
Okay,
not to
honestly,
count. What?
the song that's on in the background right now, I am so certain I have heard it somewhere before in a game.
Sounds like some late 90s JRPG stuff.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was a game on my phone a few years back.
Huh. Because what I was thinking of was The Secret of Mana.
Oh wow. Oh, that is that is old school.
That's some class JRPG.
Isn't that like one of the, I want to say, original RPGs?
No, it was on the Super Nintendo.
Ah, okay, yeah, right.
I actually, not long ago, finished the remake of the sequel, Trials of Mana. Uh, I liked it. I hated the voice acting.
Sometimes I think it would be interesting to just start like an initiative to revoice certain things.
Yeah,
I mean, there are some things that we grew up with that I have later found to be complete acts of horror upon humanity.
the problem is, it's not really a problem anymore because it's already happened, unfortunately. We would have to redub Tre Natter til Askepott.
Yeah, that wasn't as much a redub as it was a remake.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Old men yelling at clouds.
That's always the fascinating thing coming into in the middle of a discussion about something you have no idea what you're talking about.
Uh, bad
Bad voice acting,
voice.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, as that old French cartoon, Like the series that both does stuff in space, but also does stuff that happens inside the body and everything,
Oh,
Oh,
right, yeah.
yeah,
and
yeah,
history and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
Growing up, I used to love that.
Oh, yeah.
It
Mhm.
was the bomb.
All the versions.
All the versions. It was body, cool. It was space, even cooler. Not really though, actually. The body one was pretty cool. And also history, just world history.
Once
Hmm.
upon a time, it was called.
Yeah, exactly. And I had the pleasure of revisiting that series on might have been Netflix. I don't know. In Norwegian,
Oh,
the space one,
Oh,
yeah.
and I realized it was Norwegian, but hardly any of the cast were Norwegian.
really?
Oh,
Yeah, mostly Swedes
Oh,
speaking Norwegian, and which is fine if you're talking to someone, but it becomes a whole different thing when like everyone in the universe are acting as if they're acting like a character while also speaking a language that they don't know.
hmm.
That's pretty jarring.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like, okay, that thing should have been redubbed hard. But the one good thing though was that the few Norwegian voices that were there were regional accents.
Oh,
Yeah, like from up north especially. So I was like, okay, well that's cool. But the actual voices who pretended to be Norwegian but were Swedish, that was just like, no, this is like, oh dear. Norway was really low down on the on the ladder at that point in time, I think.
There is a reason why most Norwegian movies were made under the Swedish Film Institute.
Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of movies, have you guys been following up on the House of the Ring?
No,
Oh, I'm sorry. Um, or was it Dragons of Power?
Rings of Power.
Wrath of Power? I don't know.
Ah,
Yeah. No, seriously.
Amazon series of
Yeah, I mean,
Rings
seriously.
of Power, I think.
Yeah, it is Rings of Power. I'm just making a bit. Um, because it just as I keep watching both those series, it starts to bleed over. At a certain point, I don't no longer know what the fuck I'm watching. I mean, it should be easy enough though. I mean, anything Lord of the
well,
Rings is a lot less uh, alternative.
I'm sorry. I'm just listening to the wind outside right now.
Yeah, it is
For
doing
me,
its
it's rain.
job. We got like full on gale stuff going on here.
Oh, yeah.
Small storm.
Yeah. It's really doing its thing. I love that
It's
though.
doing its thing. It does help for the power plants, though. I just read the price of electricity will go into the negatives after midnight.
Oh, good.
Well,
Yeah. power companies will pay us to use electricity.
That won't last.
Not gonna last, I know. It's the
Well, I said we'd attack a trio this time around.
At least we're gonna get 2 done, it seems.
Well, usually these things happen over a couple of sessions, so it's not like it's a crisis if I don't get to start on the third one.
Nah.
But so far, yeah, it seems like everything is on track.
I was gonna say something and it disappeared.
What was it? Was it important?
No, it was about the. It's not new anymore, but newish vampire movie that was on Netflix. That is on Netflix.
I haven't watched any vampire movies on Netflix, old or new, at least recently.
I don't think I've seen anything, any video, anything, anywhere for 2 or 3 weeks now.
Snoop Dogg was in it.
Oh god.
Day Shift. Day Shift.
Day Shift.
Yeah.
Day shift.
Jamie Foxx is there and Dave Franco and Snoop Dogg.
Oh.
Jamie Foxx, Megan Good, Snoop Dogg, Dave Franco, Carla Souza.
Well.
Yeah, and a lot of
Yeah.
others.
Well, it's we're getting into spooky season, so.
Yeah. Well, that movie is not spooky at all.
No, I kind of got that when you said Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg just walking around like a cowboy vampire hunter.
Snibbity diggity.
Jamie Foxx trying to make money to live as a non-affiliated vampire hunter.
Not affiliated.
Yeah, non-affiliated vampire hunter. And Petter Stormare as a vampire hunter fixer.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah. You know, Jamie Foxx. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a pretty cool guy. I mean, he can actually act, but he does a lot of fun parts.
Yeah. But is he gonna be the new Blade?
No.
Did I read something about that?
I don't think so. I mean, unless the guy who was gonna be Blade got canned. I don't know.
I don't think Wesley Snipes is gonna come back as Blade.
Oh, he's not. He is definitely
not. There's a lot of fun stuff they could do with that character when they bring him back.
Absolutely.
They did bring back vampires to the MCU though.
Yes, they did.
In She-Hulk.
Oh, yeah, well, technically, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, uh, maybe. Anyways, I like what She-Hulk did with just bringing in a lot of weird
Yeah, I haven't actually
sea
watched
level.
the latest episodes of She-Hulk.
You haven't watched She-Hulk?
No, not the latest episodes.
Uh,
Last thing I watched there was the wedding episode.
oh, you haven't even got into the therapy episode.
No, 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 no. I mean,
Oh,
I realize I got some good shit ahead of me, and I do like that show. It's fun.
like, if you accept the show for what it is really, really fun.
Yeah, and I mean that is what you should do with anything. I mean, come on, it's it's not like any of us have creative rights over anything. So yeah,
Yeah,
remember
and
kids,
what,
consume media.
yeah, it's a show about a woman who's a lawyer becomes a superhuman Hulk character and then becomes a superhuman lawyer.
Yeah, and just has to fucking deal with that goddamn world.
And being a woman.
A career-driven woman.
Yes.
Mm, not easy. Nah, this is. I mean, I've started just unsubscribing to a whole bunch of various pages on social networks and whatever because like all I ever see is this generic hate towards something
Yeah.
and also a narrative that's driving the hate as well. It's like this is not necessary. I mean, why are people even trying to make a negative thing happening over something that's not even come out yet?
I think I have an answer for that.
Please.
Well, most people are miserable sacks of feces.
Hmm.
We can all agree upon that.
Hmm.
Most people are miserable, and we have been taught through life that a way to be miserable is to have it better than others. So, to stop being a miserable sack of feces, they start shitting on other people and what other people do because it gives them a temporary feeling of satisfaction. That's my theory, at least.
I mean, of course, I shouldn't take your theory on face value, but then again, it does have merits.
It does have more than 30 years of science behind it,
In that case, you have to show your
scientific
work.
observations.
You have to show your work, man. Yeah, I had to make him white because it's our old goat.
That's
um,
Marvin.
yeah, pretty much. But when John said that they were very clean,
Can be.
yeah, he was not. So I'm gonna
Mm.
illustrate that.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's some nice dirty goat collars.
Yeah.
That goat is the reason why I can no longer eat goat's cheese.
Well, first of all, it was a male.
Yeah, and a male is not supposed to smell like goat's cheese when he's in heat.
Right.
Yeah. At least that's my opinion on the subject.
Now, for those of you who are still following us today, remember to check out our friends at Spiel Essen. That's happening this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's already started.
Yeah, I
Wow.
saw Block has posted a couple of pictures.
Yeah.
Wow.
So check them out, peeps. They
God,
are great.
it's a year since we went to Germany.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
year since we were there.
Christ.
This has been one hell of a year.
Yeah.
We say that every year, though.
Yeah, we do. With good reason.
Yeah. But yeah, check out our friends at Spiel Essen. Chili Fox, Block, uh,
Simplicatus.
yes,
Aporta.
Yeah.
yeah,
Game
Fjord,
Forlag.
absolutely.
Sure, yeah.
And check out our social media stuff. It's on the bottom of the screen here. Our Facebook, Instagram, Discord, YouTube, Twitch, Tinder, Grinder. We got anything more?
I'm not smiling.
Badoo,
I'm not smiling.
OK Cupid. I think I got them all.
That's pretty comprehensive. Pretty comprehensive.
Oh yeah, Christian dating,
Oh, J-Date. Yeah.
Oh,
Muslim dating.
what was it called? The dating site for conservative American men.
Oh dear.
Christian Grinder.
I don't remember what it was called, but I heard that it was very popular with men, not so much with women. In fact, as far as I understood it, there were no women.
Exactly, Christian Grinder.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Apparently, the men weren't really very happy about this.
Well,
Especially when one of the questions when they signed up was, "Did you attend January 6th in Washington?"
Oh. Oh.
And apparently a few people that said yes, of course they were patriots, got called by the FBI.
That's just funny.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
That's what you play Rap Snitches by MF Doom to.
Oh wow. Were they entrapped?
I think
That,
it might border towards entrapment.
I mean, we want it to have happened to them anyways, but it's like,
yeah.
was this entrapment in a very weird way?
I don't believe it's entrapment. I believe that it is you got and asked the question you should not answer, and you answered it wrongly.
Well, you answered it right, correct, but not. You shouldn't have answered it in the first place. So yeah, more or less like you said.
Yeah, it's oh, it's
But I don't.
It's
Uh,
hilarious.
it is.
mm.
But I don't think FBI created this dating site. I think they just saw an opportunity.
They could create a dating site. They have the
They could.
resources.
Well,
Yeah.
And
if
and if there's anything that really makes someone do dumb things, it's being horny.
yes,
Um,
but if they had made it, then it would have been entrapment.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
yeah that's the definition. That's the difference right there.
It's like when they called the young Muslim men and radicalized them just to arrest them for being radicalized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dark. They need results,
Yeah,
Jesus.
need to create an enemy of the state so that we can unify under fear and hatred. Oh, it's polished.
Well, he might be a dirty guy, but he's kind of fancy. I should
But
probably give him a dual tone on this horn, though.
does he polish his own horn?
A guy like this, you really think he would? I think he would. Yeah, it's that part of the evening. Uh,
Yes, it is. We've
yeah,
been doing this for 3 hours now.
yeah.
I guess there will be a part 2 of this drawing.
There will be a part 2 of this. Yeah, or we'll continue where we left off. We're currently on a 10-minute mark. Um, so next time we'll probably be dedicated to the last one of the trio.
Yeah.
The big Billy Goat Gruff.
Yeah.
Just finishing up on this one first, and then the last one.
Well, actually, it's he's not very far from being finished.
No, it's not far from done.
No.
But well, he needs a bit more shadow, maybe.
Yep. That's all he
That's
needs.
that's all he needs.
And a rocket launcher.
Yeah. Always a rocket launcher.
There's no problem that cannot be solved by explosives.
Where is that quote from?
I think I started saying it when we played
Shadowrun.
Shadowrun. I don't know
Might
where
be.
I have it from then, though.
I think I've heard it somewhere, but it might have been when we.
And
Yeah, it might have been Shadowrun.
I think I brought it further during my iteration of Shadowrun.
You weren't there when I played a guy that
Nope.
used crates of hand grenades as a bed.
Nope. I'm just saying that I continued the tradition once I started playing.
Yeah.
Um,
That is
not the originator, just continuing in the same honored tradition of solving
Yeah.
problems with explosives.
Solving problems with explosives since 1996. Something like that.
Well, you almost TPK'd the group though by playing with grenades in the car.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
That's how you do it. That's how you do.
I also almost TPK'd the group by summoning a demon and forgetting to say that don't kill my friends.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, that could
I
have
ju-
good. That could have gone.
Yeah, just told the demon kill everyone with a gun. I forgot that my old friends had guns.
Oh,
Magic is it's very important to choose your words carefully when practicing magic.
yeah, demons are very literal.
Yeah,
It wasn't a demon, it was an elemental.
yeah, it was an elemental. That's true.
Aren't they even more literal?
Yeah,
Yep.
at least with this GM, yeah.
Well, that sounds like good fun, good wholesome fun.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was a lot of
murders
fun.
for everyone.
It was a lot of fun. It was a memorable event.
Yeah, you guys killed the same troll 4 times.
Yeah,
He
Oh
was
god, it kept
I
regenerating.
remember it was frustrating for you.
he was supposed to be a recurring character.
Yeah, and we killed him every time we met him.
I
We killed him on
tried to run
sight.
away with him. I tried to run away with him.
We made doubly sure by first killing him and then blowing him up, blowing up the body.
He came back as a cyborg.
Yeah,
And then they blew up his brain
yeah,
with a grenade.
in his mouth. Yeah, we were, we just didn't want to deal with this guy.
It sounds like
He
it sounds like it continuously dealt with him though. I mean,
Yeah,
he had 2 more times he was supposed to show up after they blew his brains out with a grenade.
so you couldn't just bring him back as a VI?
Technically, I could. I just didn't think about it.
yeah.
Well, I guess. I mean, where are you gonna go after that? An army of them?
He has become a sentient virus
Yeah.
and multiplicated himself.
I think the last time we saw him, the last time we killed him was in a shopping mall, and there was a shootout between two gangs that we just walked away, heavily armed with loot in our hands, and we met the police and said, "Oh, they are fighting. You should do something about that." Police just took one look at us and said, "Okay, you go. We take care of this."
Uh, yeah,
There we go.
Yeah, just in time.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. Now you have an entire evening for the last one.
That we do.
just make it a stick goat.
Yeah. Okay. I got 5 minutes.
Yeah. That almost looks more like a somehow a screaming aunt. I don't know.
There we go. That's kind of what I was expecting today.
Mhm. Oh, the stats on the old temperature family was more or less the same for the lower ones, except one was a level higher.
Yeah, it's a
But the other,
massive jump up to the third one.
yeah, the first ones had both had 10 in body and 9 in mind, but the larger one had was always one level higher than the player. The last one had 17 in body and nothing in mind.
I don't remember those numbers anymore.
I checked it earlier today.
Yeah. So this will be the trio, the Goatly Hallows.
It is Halloween. It is Halloween.
So yeah, next
Yeah,
time is gonna be it's gonna be some action.
One big hulked out goat coming up. But yeah, that's it for tonight.
Yeah,
Good piece of work done.
absolutely.
yeah,
We managed to get through one more conversation without trying to kill each other.
That
yeah.
is always the goal.
Always.
Yeah.
Let's see. We plugged our social media platforms.
We can do that again, just to round out
All
the
right.
evening.
It's Tombs Foundry on Grinder. Check us out. Beautiful pictures.
Beautiful.
You get a full frontal of Gard and Yun.
Hmm.
Me, I'm a bit more shy, so you only get the backside.
But there's plenty of it.
There's a lot of it.
Yeah.
Check also out our Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and Discord. Links are down below on the screen. Check out our friends at Spielassen if you have a chance.
Yeah,
If
if you're there and
if you're
listening.
there. If not, check them out on Facebook and Instagram. Uh, I've been Tor. With me has been Jon as a co-commentator.
Yeah,
You've been watching Gard do all of the work,
as
drawing the
usual.
as usual,
Well,
drawing these two fantastic goats, and the third one who is just monstrous.
yeah, we're gonna get
And
really into that one next time.
Yeah.
I'm
yes,
looking forward to it.
and have a good night.
Yes.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Bye bye.